Okay, so it seems that there's been even more to do with the whole Stellar Blade Blood Rain situation. Now, if you guys don't know, we've been covering this over the past couple of days or so now, and people have been kind of getting extremely angry over the new main character, Evie. Now, essentially, lots of people were arguing over whether she looks too young, and even some people saying that she looked like a child and that you were a PDF if you liked this character, which is absolutely ridiculous. And many people are now coming around to the fact that this is not the case and that this is an adult character that anybody can like. And yeah, obviously people are being extremely weird about that and maybe even projecting a little bit about what they think about it. But there's been a few updates, including another response from the director of Stellar Blade, as well as some stuff from Nintendo. Now, if you guys don't know, the Nintendo Direct was yesterday, and of course it was really big and there was a lot of cool stuff, but of course they also announced a lot of games that would be involved, and one of them was Stellar Blade. It was the original Stellar Blade, the first one, and again this provides a lot of hope that potentially we could be seeing Stellar Blade Blood Rain come out on Nintendo Switch, but this time as the time it gets published, because of course Stellar Blade, the first one, was with the help of Sony, but now they don't have that kind of gap anymore. They don't have that kind of what do you call it, like they don't have the limiter on what they can really do and what platforms they can upload it to. So yeah, I'm very excited to see whether they do that, and see whether that is the case as to why they've decided to you know, put Stellar Blade on the Switch too. But yeah, very exciting. And of course you can see that they are playing the trailer, and there are many people that were getting mad at this as well, obviously due to the recent drama that has been going on, which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, as I said earlier in the video, there has been an update in terms of the actual you know, director or CEO, whatever you want to call him, of Stellar Blade. This is coming from Vara Dark here, saying, I had one chance to briefly chat with Shift Up CEO Kim Hyung Tae about Stellar Blade Blood Rain. Over the past few days, there's been a lot of talk about Evie and her age, and from our conversation, I could tell she's around 23 to 25 years old, in that kind of age range. So yes, she is an adult. Also, yes, I think most people could logically deduce that was the case. So yeah, it was kind of confirmed there, right? The fact that, you know, Evie is 23 to 25 years old, you know, that is coming from the kind of director there. At least that's what she has gathered from that. And lots of people have also been talking about this as well in the comments down here, saying, you know, what about Lily from the first game? Nobody caused a stir whenever Lily was a character that was introduced, because she does kind of look, you know, not similar, but, you know, she's got a very similar style to Evie, right? She has the short hair, the kind of young looking face and all of this kind of stuff. Why wasn't there any kind of storm that kind of came over this whenever the first game came out? Which obviously, yeah, I said nobody complained about Lily from the first game, and she was also a petite tomboy with short hair. People are losing their minds over nothing, which, yeah, 100% is the case. They're just losing their minds over nothing. They want to be angry at something, and obviously Stellar Blade Blood Rain seemed to be that thing they wanted to be angry at. And again, you know, it's happened before as well, obviously, with the whole, you know, Summer Games Fest thing too. You know, people were getting angry at God of War Laufey as well, which obviously was a big talking point. And again, you know, people want to get angry at certain things, and I think it is almost like a tradition to get angry at least one game during a kind of game announcement show, right? And it seems like Stellar Blade was one of those, right? And it depends, you know, sometimes it's either side too. So no crap, Asians age differently. I'm 51, that's crazy. So she looks much younger than Eve, and wasn't Eve supposed to be in that range too? I don't understand why people think it's so controversial to think someone looks a little too young, which again, I don't think she does at all. I mean, I don't know. So why would the age even matter? 2B is chronologically a 3-year-old, and Lalafels are 100 years old. Renoa and Yuna are 17-year-olds. So yeah, obviously talking about the fact that in a lot of fiction, people to kind of make up ages and whatever, and it tends to not really matter. It's more so like the body type that matters, I would say, in terms of like whenever you're judging a character for their age, because of course, yeah, as they're saying here, 2B is like 3 years old, right? But she's not like 3 years old, right? She's got the body of like, you know, somebody who's in their like 20s or whatever. But you know, she's 3 years old because she's like an android thing, right? I think it is like one of these things where yeah, there's got to be like some context behind it, right? Said, why the hell would a CEO of a game company want to talk to you? You are no game expert. You're just a typical influencer. And to be honest, I actually, you know, obviously, you know, I would also be saying the same thing as that person. But, you know, I will actually give her this because I feel like the CEO of Stellar Blade does interact with a lot of the audience. As you guys saw in my last video, he actually follows me on Twitter. I don't know why, but he obviously cares about the audience and he obviously cares about what is going on. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that he's talking to creators because it seems like he follows a lot of creators and tries to keep up with a lot of creators. And whether that's to improve his games or whether that's to just kind of keep an eye on what people are saying about his games, I don't know. But of course, it is still a kind of a show that he does care what creators think or does care to give them the time of day to answer some questions that they might have about the game, right? So again, I think the saying like, oh, you know, he would never talk to a creator like you is not the case at all. So again, saying I wonder if this is actually going to stop any of the sinister activists from screeching PDF for people. Doing that seems to be a fashion trend right now. Yes, so saying the justification for how young she looks is stupid though. And obviously, yeah, he was saying that, you know, Evie's younger look was actually to help players more easily connect with her, which again, you know, of course, there was like a further interesting thing where they talked about the, yeah, to ensure that she fights in a very tough and cool, stylish manner, which I think, you know, that does help out, right? Keep in mind that you will not see people attacking how Claire looks, saying that she looks 12. Which obviously, yeah, and I think, you know, there is also this factor, which I've discussed before, that this one screenshot looks very different to the rest of the screenshots that we did see of Evie, which doesn't help out because obviously a lot of people are using this one screenshot when, you know, whenever you watch the actual full trailer, it doesn't look entirely like that the entire time, right? And of course, in the last video, we did cover the fact that there was this cosplayer, Juna, who actually ended up cosplaying her. And obviously she is an adult and people were getting pretty mad because it's like, wait, but an adult should be able to, but they should be able to do this. They should be able to pull off this look. And obviously she ended up going and doing it using the same makeup, the same hair, all of this kind of stuff. And ended up looking very, very, very similar to the character. And people were just like, oh, well, but she doesn't look exactly like her, or whatever, like making up some kind of excuse, right? Which I thought was quite funny. She did actually end up responding saying, thank you guys for the overwhelming support. So it seems like she's been getting a ton of support on that cosplay, despite, you know, some people maybe getting angry at her. Obviously she was saying hi, that actually spitting image, said this cosplay is fire. So yeah, obviously a lot of people have been giving her support. Who said, yeah, asmongold is going to think you're 12 now. And of course, people have still been mad at asmongold over his take on the Stellar Blade cosplay, not cosplay, on the Stellar Blade character, the main character, Evie, which again, you know, I did think was a little bit weird. And of course, it definitely, you know, wasn't the response that people were expecting from him. And now people are still not very happy with him. And it's going to be very interesting to see in the future, whenever the game actually does come out, whether people are still going to be mad at him if he goes and plays it. Because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people waiting for that to happen, as well as to see if people in general are going to be mad at the game whenever it releases, because of course Evie will be in full kind of force and you'll be able to play her in the game, which of course I'm sure there'll be a lot of screenshots, gameplay videos and whatever, and are people going to be getting mad at that one too? Maybe, and potentially. So again, this isn't the end of this drama, right? It seems like it will continue on and on until the game you know, kind of reaches a point where it's stable and people just don't really care and just play the game now, right? Which I think is a little bit disappointing because of course that's going to be the main topic, but it's also kind of smart from Shift Up too, because again, it's provided a lot of publicity for the game itself and people are very, very excited to see it regardless. And, you know, more people are aware of the game now after this whole drama stuff. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also go to GameStop, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.